Alright, we'll grab that wheel off. I already took off most of the lug nuts, just have one left on there. Wheels aren't stuck down, that's good. Never did a Ford Mustang before to lower it. Shouldn't be too much different. You should just have your shocks and your sway bar, I do believe. I think it'll be easier if we go up through the trunk here, disconnect the top of the shocks. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll pull this back down here. That's what we're shooting for right there at the top of that. See if we can get that off. We'll go ahead and wrench both top of these shocks off on the inside here. So. And after this, we'll go up underneath for the sway bar. Alright, now we're working on getting the sway bar bolts out. That way we can get ready to drop that rear end down. Maybe. Oh. Looks like I don't have enough power there on the old impact. Pretty weak. That sucks. Gonna have to take that out by hand all the way. Actually, it's not in there that way. It's a little sticky, but we'll get her. Well, we'll probably have to do that to the other side too. I thought those would come right back up. I guess I'm gonna have to hand wrench those babies off. So. All right, pretty much hand that one all the way out. There we go. I guess we'll have to go ahead and hit the other side now. See how that works out. I was hoping the impact would get it. Alright, we're on that passenger side. Working on getting that sway bar bolt out here. Just about there. Still kind of surprised how weak my air impact is. I had an electric one around here somewhere, but we ended up losing it a few months ago. There we go. Alright, sway bar is disconnected. I guess we're ready to go ahead and lower it down. There's like a pan hard bar that goes across in the back. I'm hoping it'll go down far enough to get the coils off. We'll have to see. Alright. We'll go ahead and try and lower this down nice and slow here. We have to watch our brake lines, make sure we have enough play in them. I'm going to go ahead and check my jack stands on the other side. Make sure everything's staying up on there pretty good. So far everything's looking good. My shocks are coming out, that's good. Oops, she moved a little bit. Looks like there's some pressure on there. Not sure what's holding it. We have to do a walk around, check you out, figure out what's holding it. Alright, did a walk around, kind of looked at it, didn't see really nothing holding it. There we go. That was just kind of jammed in there. There we go. We got ourselves a spring. See how that was up in there. Okay, I see. There's a big old knob up there. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll grab the other side out. Alright, we took the old springs out. We're going to put the 2.5 inch lowering springs in. This will drop it, said 2.5 inches. So I'll see what happens here. What we'll do is when we put these in, we'll try to line up the bottom where I guess the old ones were. And I guess when we jack that up, we'll have to make sure there's a big rubber cone up top there. So it looks like you really can't get it off. So. Alright, we'll pop the other side in. Alright, grab this passenger side here. Try to pop that right in there. Make sure we're on that cone. Yeah, they go in a lot easier than they came out. Alright, now we'll go ahead and lift that rear end up with the jack slowly. Okay, I have my springs in. Now I'm going to go ahead and jack that rear end back up in the car. Kind of go slow, make sure it's going up there nice and straight. We'll check the other side. Alright. So far everything looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jack the rear end back up into the chassis, and I'll end up jacking it about 1.5 inches off the jack stands down there. That way the back weight of the car is totally on the rear end. Okay. And that's where it sits. The weight is on the rear axle now. Put this wheel on, we'll see where it lands. Should have dropped us 2.5 inches according to the spring, so. Doesn't look too bad. Grab my tape measure here, we'll measure it, and it looks a lot better. Before we were, well, about 5 inches from my measuring point. Yeah. So it dropped us to about 2.25 down, so I'm good with that. Looks a heck of a lot better. I'm digging that. Well, I just got the back wheels on, and I'm really liking how that looks. The 2.5 drop coil springs really did the job. Took up the gap between the top of the tire to the fender well really well. Now I'm looking at, I kind of like that stance right there. I was gonna drop the front like an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. Right now it's totally level. I really like it. I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna leave it right there. So all I gotta do now is just get in the back trunk and tighten up the shocks and get underneath and drop 2 bolts in the sway bar, and it's done. Again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you.